Hello, everyone, and welcome to the official Zen Project 8 beta launch. We are getting so much excitement about this program tonight that it looks like we're having a little bit of errors with our servers. So if you're watching right now from the YouTube channel, please share this YouTube link. Let everybody know. Also, these are recorded, so don't worry. If you weren't able to watch from the hangouts.zenproject8.com website, you'll be able to watch the replay immediately following. I'm your host. My name is Kasaya J. We've got an incredible show lined up for you tonight. This is the official beta kickoff of the much anticipated 8-week launch of the Zen Project 8 from Jeunesse Global. Joining me tonight, I have a couple very special guests here to introduce you to our featured speaker of the evening and to say a few words about the program. We have our Chief Visionary Officer, Scott Lewis, who's joining us from Maui, Hawaii. Hello, Scott.
Aloha, Kasaya. How are you tonight?
I'm doing really well. Aloha. Such a pleasure to have you with us. I see you in your workout gear. It looks like you guys are having a great time in Hawaii. So tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, we're having a great time. This is the annual Emerald Experience, and welcome everybody to the official beta launch for Zen Project 8. And we've got about 150 of our Emeralds and their families here. And I actually just headed up from the Molokini lawn here at the Grand Wailea on the island, beautiful island of Maui. We were just doing some team building activities out there, and very active on these trips. Everybody's by the beach and the pool on the water slides. We'll be going to a great dinner tonight. But we've been very much living an active lifestyle. It's a big part of the culture here on Maui, and I made sure to hit the beach this morning, did a spinning class this morning, and we're staying very active trying to kick off the new year in the right way. But it's an exciting time to bring our new Emeralds from all around the world. But I am super excited to be on this hangout today. I want to wish everyone that's a part of the beta launch a very happy new year. I hope you had a great celebration, and I hope all of you are focused and ready to completely transform your body and life through Zen Project 8. Really this journey and really preparing and strategizing for Zen Project 8 began about 6 months ago. Many of you have began to experiment and use the Zen Body line, but there's some missing pieces I felt to really drive home the program, to really allow people to bring their best and to get the best results from the product line. And so about 6 months ago, we began to strategize and really work on dialing in our strategy on how we were going to create a movement within the movement. We all know the movement we call Jeunesse, Generation Young. I talk about Generation Young as looking young, feeling great, and living life to its fullest. And a big part of looking young and feeling great is living an active and healthy lifestyle, treating your body right, and that maintains our youthfulness, our vitality, and allows us to live a more fulfilled life. So we began to really look around at what were some of the missing elements behind the Zen Body line, and we really felt strongly that we really needed to build a community. We really wanted to build a community behind Zen Body, and we really wanted to inject energy, a whole new energy, and really build a culture behind this product. We all know the potential, of the weight loss industry. We all know what it can do from a numbers standpoint. But most of all, we've got over 500,000 of our Jeunesse family around the world that I want to make sure we're taking care of each other and living a healthy lifestyle. We've got all these category creating products and technologies. We've got the Zen Body line that's a world-class product system. A lot of science and technology, a lot of research and development went behind that product, but we wanted to really put the whole package together. And we began to strategize and come up with the game plan of what has become Zen Project 8. And for those of you who were at One Convention Orlando, we made this announcement of the 8-week program. And building up for this new year, this beta launch, all leading into Lead in Las Vegas. And it was a big announcement. It was such a big announcement. We had over, I think, 6,000 people plug in to take part of this movement that we call Zen Project 8. And at that event, I had the honor and the distinct pleasure of introducing someone that is going to be the new brand ambassador for Jeunesse, for Zen Body, for this movement we're calling Zen Project 8, your 8-week body transformation. He's a nutritionist. He's a kinesthesiologist. He is on CNN on a weekly basis and is their nutrition and fitness expert, a New York Times best-selling author, international speaker, all around the world, a former professional soccer player. He's been a health professional for 20 plus years and has literally helped millions of people take their body and their lives to the next level. And now, with Jeunesse and Zen Project 8, we are partnering up on something that is going to create an everlasting impact around the world. And I'm so confident in what we're putting together. I consider him a close friend and so excited to partner up. And it's my pleasure and honor to introduce our brand new brand ambassador, Mark McDonald. Welcome to the Hangout, Mark.
Oh, thanks, Scott. Man, that's an introduction, my friend. How are you getting your exercise on in Maui? You sprinting and eating well?
I crushed a spin class this morning. We're out there running around the beach. There's some water volleyball going on out there, and we're living Generation Young, living Jeunesse.
I love it. Now, before we dive in, everyone, I want to give a big shout out to the entire Jeunesse community and family, and really to Scott. Scott, thanks so much for number one, creating the name. We're sitting in your office, and you said, "Hey, what about Zen Project 8?" And it was magical from that side. Yeah. But just being able to meet with you and Wendy and Randy and just the entire community and seeing how you just broke the 1 billion mark and seeing the difference you're already making, it's an honor for me, it's an honor for my family to be able to help as many people as possible and become part of your community. So thank you for the opportunity. We're going to change millions of people's lives together.
I'm so happy to have you with us. It's truly an honor, and I'm going to sign off with a hangout. I've got some people waiting down in the pool to join that pool volleyball game, but I am certainly going to jump on my mobile and tune in. I wish all of you a great beta launch call, and Mark, I'll turn it over to you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Scott.
Great to meet you, Scott.
Thanks, Kasaya.
Go get some sprints in tomorrow for me, my friend.
I'm going to go nail some spikes on that net.
I love it.
All right, guys. Aloha.
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 Everyone, welcome. I'm super excited about what we're going to be rocking together these next 8 weeks with this beta. I want to give a big shout out to Kasaya J. Kasaya is co-hosting this, leading this charge right with you and me, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You'll see the interaction with us. So Kasaya, welcome. I love your personality. I love your leadership, and it's going to be so much fun doing this with you.
Thank you so much, Mark. You know, when I was invited to co-host this program with you, I was super excited because living a healthy lifestyle, being reverent to my body, eating the right foods, working out, it's all stuff that I love, that is a part of how I live my life. And coming in and joining this program and obviously being personally coached by you, I know that we're just taking everything to the next level. So I count it a privilege and an honor to serve my Jeunesse family, to serve this community, and to be a part of this program. So I couldn't thank you enough for being my personal friend, my coach, my mentor through this whole program. I'm super excited to take my own transformation and take this journey along with all of our viewers and everyone who's participating in our launch beta program.
I love it. And now everyone, so you kind of got a feeling from Scott about how this started and the vision that it's been set up. And before we dive in, because Kasai is going to lead us through the 7 main questions that people have been asking, because tonight's about you. This movement is about you. And I'm new to the Google Hangout, so if I make any tech mistakes, I apologize for that. But what I'd like you to do is I want everyone to think about for a moment. I'm going to show you something on my screen. And I just want you to think about what is this. What is that you're going to be focusing on in the sense of your moment? You know, I always think about drawing your line in the sand. We sit right now in 2016, and I want you to think about every single year, every new year that happened to you. Did you set goals that you want to be healthier? Did you have weight loss goals? Did you have these objectives to be better? And I want you to think about that after 2 weeks, what happened? You see, every new year, the air is full of excitement, inspiration, and hope. But the difficulty is that excitement can quickly wear off because without a plan or solid foundation to build from, that motivation is going to evaporate, and along with the possibility of achieving your goals. This is your year, and I want right now you to do this. I want you to draw your line on your desk or wherever you're watching this. Draw your line in the sand, just like that visual you're seeing. And choose a health plan that's based on science, and that you're going to choose to make this, whatever plan, this plan, a way of life. See, this isn't something that's going to be quick fix or hype. This is something that you can implement for you, your friends, and your family. It's time to forget that hype and once for all ignite your body into the fat burning potential that you have and permanently reprogram your metabolism. So tonight, this next 8 weeks together, all this beta launch and Zen Project 8 is for you and taking your body and health to that next level, drawing your line in the sand. How's that sound, Kasaya?
That sounds like a plan, and I just drew my line in the sand because I also am fully committed to getting the most and maximizing this program. So that leads me to my next question. Now that we've all drawn our line in the sand, we need to talk about this program. There's so much anticipation. Like Scott said when this was announced, I mean, the response has just been unbelievable. So people are so excited. But I think the question now is, okay, what's the program entail? What's the beta launch all about? And for the next 8 weeks, what are we supposed to do? So can you give us a brief overview of what to expect?
I think that's so important. And just so everyone knows, because we talked about before we started the hangout, is that, look, tonight's going to be, ideally we want this to be 9 to 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, and then some Q&A. Tonight may go a little bit over because we're setting up the foundation over this next 8 weeks. But the goal here is when we look at what is the program about, I'm going to show you 2 slides here. So when you look at what is our 8-week experience being about, first off, this is a beta launch. So there's tons of things you're set up to win starting tonight. We have the Facebook community. We have the PDFs of the plan. You're going to have recipes that you're going to interchange. You have these live coaching series. But come March, when we do our full launch in Vegas, you're going to have so much more. So just know that this is a beta. This is for all of us to experience, provide a first look for the community. Find the top 100 transformations and build powerful momentum leading into the March launch. Now that March and launch is going to be March 10th to the 13th at Lead at the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, the Genez Convention. And when we think about it, we're going to be launching a new Zen shake, a new Zen cleanse. Really, when we look at this, is every single week, you're going to be led every step of the way through your detox phase, through your ignite phase, through your thrive phase, with the ultimate goal of finding the top 100 transformations. Now, the top male, female, and family transformation are going to be featured on my CNN and HLN show, Transformation Tuesdays. So basically, that's the flow of it, and you have to follow 8 simple steps. And these are 8 steps that I posted in the Facebook community that you can dive right into. Number 1, you just draw your line in your sand like you did, and you start your Zen Project 8 transformation. Number 2, you join the Zen Project 8 Facebook community. We have an awesome community. There's already over, I believe, 2,300 members that are sharing ideas. It's for support, sharing recipe thoughts, asking questions. Interactive community that's going to lead you on every step of the way. And my invitation to you is shoot a quick 30-second, 60-second video. Post your start. Number 3, you're going to download the Detox, Ignite, and Thrive phases right from the Facebook community. And I'm going to talk about the Detox phase tonight. You're going to order your Zen products. We have an awesome special that's going to be for this week only that we're going to introduce the products, and Kasai is going to share as well. You're going to take your before pictures, your weight, and your measurements. You're going to tune into these live weekly coaching series every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. You're going to take your after pictures, weight and measurements, and then you basically submit your before and after pictures, your measurements, your story, and to be considered for the top 100 transformations, you just have to submit everything by March 7th to be considered for that. How's that, Kasaya? Can you take on those 8 steps?
Absolutely. The 8 steps are unbelievable, and I think super appropriate, right? It's the beginning of the year. It's like, new year, new you. We all have this idea that we're going to get everything in our lives in order. We're getting organized and we're getting in order. So I think those 8 steps are certainly a great start. So now that we know what to do, I think, for me, the biggest part is obviously all of us have like a set point, right? We always have either a plateau or a set point where we're used to walking around. And when it comes to weight loss and when it comes to having our best body, a lot of that has to do with mindset, how we see ourselves, how we think of ourselves, what our mental set point is. And I know tonight you just had some really great positive affirmations, some good mindset training that you wanted to share with our audience to really prepare them for what the next 8-week journey is going to look like. Because part of being successful obviously is how do you see yourself? If you can dream it, you can be it. And I think that that's just totally key when it comes to transforming our bodies, our business, whatever it is. We certainly need to have a mindset of success. So I'm excited to hear those tips from you.
It's such a huge thing. And this would be I grew up with my mom as a chronic dieter, and I'd watch her lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. And she was always all in or not in at all.
Yep.
And the question that I want to ask you is this. Imagine you achieving the goal that you want. Well, let's say you want to drop 30 pounds, or you want to lose 10 inches, or you want to drop 50 pounds. Imagine you achieve that goal. And you do that in 8 weeks or 12 weeks or 2 months. But then life pushes back and you regain it all. Does it really matter that you ever dropped it? See, the challenge is that we have is we believe that we're either all in or not in at all. And as you take the journey tonight, as you draw your line in the sand, I want to share with you, you're going to have tough moments throughout these next 8 weeks. You're going to have tough moments beyond it. The community is here with you every step of the way. The education that you're going to get will guide you every step of the way. But what matters for you is to shift your mindset to 1%. So I want you to think about, let me go back to my screenshot here. I want you to think about 1%. My whole life, I had to start looking at that. Imagine if I could make small incremental changes every single day. 1% changes. Think about that goal that you've set for yourself, that vision that you have. Let's say that your goal is to drop 50 pounds in 8 weeks or 40 pounds in 8 weeks. And in 8 weeks, you drop 20 pounds and you have 20 pounds more to go, or whatever it is. This isn't just about weight, it's about body composition, energy feeling, better stress management, better sleep. But imagine you make one minor improvement every single day for the next 8 weeks. It could be having 1 extra shake a day. It could be walking 2 more minutes throughout the day. Simple things for 1%. See, this means the world to me, because as a youth, I had a massive speech impediment. I had a very difficult time speaking. And my motto for 4 years, as I learned to form words, continue my education, move from not being held back in 2nd grade to actually be able to speak words and people understand me, is my motto for 4 years in speech therapies was 1% at a day, 1%. And slowly and steadily, I got there. I was able to form words. I was able to speak. So my invitation to you is this: with your weight loss, with your health goals, shift from the all or none philosophy to 1%. Now, this is what happens because I also understand you need progress. So when you think about progress, when you think about this detox phase, and as we introduce this, and you get your mindset that I'm going to accept that I'm going to have some tough moments. Things will not be as easy as we want them to be, but I'm going to get there 1% at a time. Your progress will begin fueling your motivation. Your motivation will build momentum. Your momentum will create consistency. Your consistency will inspire your confidence. Your confidence will give you the results, and your results will drive lasting change. So as you take this journey on, as we walk it together, 1% at a time, that's your new mindset. How's that sound, Kasai? You like it?
I love that. And that just prompted me in thinking too, because I started to really discipline myself in my thinking. And before I make decisions, I always think to myself, is this moving me closer toward my goals and dreams, or is this moving me further away? And so that's the question I ask myself before I have a cheat meal, or before I decide that I'm going to eat cake at 9:30 at night, or when I'm in my hotel room and the M&Ms are calling to me. Like that, it's the little things that you do. And also what I started doing, I travel a lot and I go on the road. So, planning, preparation, and just tiny things that make me feel so confident and so good about what I'm doing. I'll take the stairs instead of taking the escalator. And it's this like little sense of self-pride that I have at the airport, knowing that I just did that one extra thing. So we don't realize that 1%, over time, it's exponential growth. It's leading us to what we desire, where we want to be. And so it comes down to every decision that we make. Is it leading us closer towards our dreams and goals, or in this case, toward our ideal body, or is it going to keep you away from it? So we want to be constantly moving toward it. I love the 1%. And I do believe that confidence comes by building upon great choices, right? That it doesn't happen overnight. You are going to slip up, but confidence comes by, small successes compounded over time. I think when we have big success once, we might think it's a fluke. And so we don't necessarily we haven't convinced ourselves that it was reality, but how we build confidence is small successes compounded over one another. And that's where that 1% mark is just incredible. So now that we've talked about preparing ourselves mentally, and we know that with this program, we have the motivation, we have the tools, the next question that I have to ask you is, what exactly do we eat? So how and when, like what's included in the program? I know people always think, you know, starting any type of diet or nutritional program, they start thinking, oh gosh, like I better eat all the cake in the house and I better go out to every fast food restaurant I want to hit up. Like, how does that work? So let's talk a little bit about what the program entails and what your philosophy is for really eating the right foods.
Yeah, you know, and I just building off what you said, all the examples you gave is why the community, the Facebook community, as you walk this journey is so important. When you have great health pro leaders like Renita Brannon or great success stories like Jason Gee or Jody Stevens. So as you dive into the Facebook community, you'll see that. Now, food, I love my friend Renita Brannon, North Dakota, we featured her on our headline news show, and she helped the community drop over 50,000 pounds. And she said, PFC every 3, just like a baby. So we're going to keep our eating philosophy. This is what I want to share with you right now. If you feel that you can't do something for the rest of your life, you're not going to do it. Anyone can lose weight. Anyone can get results. The question is, can you make it work permanently into your world? I grew up with my mom eating her diet foods at dinner, and me, my dad, and my sister Chris eating our normal foods. The reason my mom struggled is because it was unrealistic. She didn't enjoy her food. It wasn't something she could do for the rest of her life. So our entire Zen Project 8 program, everything we designed from the products to the plan are designed on eating in 3s. So let me kind of I'm going to show you this, and this is all you need to know. I'm not asking you to be a kinesiologist or a nutritionist. What you need to know is this. Every time you skip a meal, every time you go too long without a food, your blood sugar drops. It goes below that 80 number. That's that craving, that very hungry craving you get, that sugar craving. Your body is burning muscle when that happens. We think it's burning fat, but it's not, because your body protects its fat because it has a great source of fuel. Then that next meal, you don't crave protein, you crave carbohydrates. When you spike your blood sugar and you store fat. The way we solve this is you basically eat in 3s. You're going to eat a balance of protein, fat, and carbs. You're not going to have to be measuring your food. I'm going to give you simple examples through the plan on how to do it, but you're going to eat every 3 hours. You're going to have a great breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then we have a great shake that fills the gap. So it's all about eating in 3s. When you eat in 3s and you have your blood sugar balanced, your body is consistent releasing stored fat, you're building muscle, your energy is great, your sleep is better, and it's how your body's meant to be fed. We have a new baby. We have a 7-month-old baby, almost 8-month-old, baby Hope. She feeds on breast milk, balance of protein, fat, carbohydrates. She eats every 3 hours. She stops when she's satisfied. She eats again when she's hungry. This is how your body's meant to be fed. Now, that's the eating science, Kasai. And for everyone, that's what you're going to be doing this but not just for the 8 weeks, for beyond, you're going to make it a way of life. And that's what these 3 phases of the project is all about. We're going to be diving into the detox. Your detox is your first week. You're going to be losing your bloat, that inflated weight we all do through cutting, cleaning, and flushing. Your week 2, 3, and 4, your next 3 weeks will be igniting your metabolism, turning your body into a fat-burning machine. And then you take the education, you take the learning, and you thrive. You make it a permanent way of life by living your life.
Perfect. So we've got the 3 phases, which obviously are very important: the detox, the ignite, and the thrive. Clearly, we're all going through the detox program right now. But let's talk a little bit about the plan and what that looks like. I love the concept of eating in 3s because I think that adds such a variety of the foods we actually can incorporate into our meals. And again, going back to that Facebook support group, we'll get you guys all the link. We want you joining into that community. We want to share recipes in there, but it just offers such a variety of different foods that we can eat so it doesn't get boring, but we know every single meal, PFC every 3. Shout out to Renita. I absolutely love that. She's amazing. I can't wait to bring her on our show. By the way, guys, I'm getting notifications that the Hangout site is back up, so we apologize if you had trouble getting on. We have thousands of viewers on our show tonight, so we apologize for the delay, but please share this YouTube video and know that the replay is available immediately following. But Mark, now that you've talked about the plan, I think we should talk a little bit about the products. So how do we incorporate the Zen products into this? And let's talk a little bit about the background and really the science behind Zen products and really why they were developed.
Yeah, you know, it's such a great point when we talk about it, Kasai, and I'm just going to bring up the products as we talk here. Okay. The reality is this. when you think about why someone has to eat in threes, that's based upon physiology. You hear all the hype out there. Oh, you can cut your calories, you can cut your carbohydrates. Once again, remember, anything can deliver results. The question is, can it last forever? What we know is that you need to eat in threes. So we know that you need it every 3 hours. Now we're all busy. So maybe 1% of the population has the time to prepare chicken 5 to 6 times a day and can make all their whole meals. But most of us busy people, we need products and supplementation to fill our gaps. I want you to write this down and just remember, filling your gaps. See, products made with a purpose serve your ability to win. So when we looked at the formulation and we look at the new shake and new cleanse that will be launched in March, but right now, the 3 Zen products that exist are phenomenal for filling those gaps. We start with the shake. To me, the shake's the foundation. And I'm going to dive into this as I walk you through the detox phase. But the shake, when we look of the whey protein along with the plant-based protein, allows you to keep your blood sugar balanced greater, along with a probiotic and fiber. Fiber slows down the rate of sugar into your bloodstream. That shake continues to set you up to win when you have that your mid-morning, mid-afternoon. We look at the shape product, and the shape you're going to be using during your detox phase and your ignite phase. The shape not only helps you melt fat away, it helps control your appetite in a healthy way, not as an appetite suppressant, but in a very natural way. And in addition, it ignites your metabolism without causing that thermogenic shakiness that a normal fat burner would. And then as we enter the thrive phase, we have a different spin when we look at the fit. See, a lot of times we think of an amino acid. Amino acid's a protein, but it actually helps you. Protein's your friend. When you get stuck, if you watch the Survivor shows, what's the first nutrient they're looking for? Protein. Every meal needs a protein, fat, carbohydrates. Well, amino acids help prevent muscle loss. Muscle's your metabolism. So as we move into the thrive phase, we want to add this fit product back in, which is going to help build more muscle, increase your metabolism, and prevent you from actually losing muscle, and it will allow your metabolism to work faster and better for you. So not only will you reshape your body, you're going to have an overall better feeding aspect, you're going to have an overall better look and an overall better shape.
And who doesn't want that? Sign
exactly.
Me up on that, Mark. That's what I'm I also love how there's 3 stages to this that make it really simple and easy to follow. And I know, like you said earlier, after showing us the products, which I'm sure all of you have or either want to get, and bear with us because in just a couple minutes, we're going to show you what you need in order to be successful on the program. But, you know, just in our kickoff tonight, and this really being week 1, this really is detox week. You know, that's the first part of the program. And I know, to me, the detox program is like the cut, clean, and flush. And we've talked about that too, where like just with bloating, I think eating on the roads, carbs, sodium, we get what we call fat face. Like I know when I'm bloated and when I need to detox. So like this is a really good week for me to be doing this. I'm super excited.
You and me both, Kasai. I had a little too much pumpkin pie when I was in California with my mom.
Right? It's like right after the holidays. And I think everybody kind of did that. They're like, oh, we're just going to have this pecan pie because, you know, we're doing Zen Project. So a bunch of us need to cut and clean and flush. And it is detox week. So can you walk us through what that looks like and really what we can expect in terms of what our body's going through?
Most definitely. I want you to first, everyone, just think about you take your car in to get your oil changed, and you change the oil. You put in all this new fresh oil, but you don't change the filter. It won't do your engine much good. So detoxing is really about giving your body a much needed oil change. And that's the whole objective here. We all carry this excess bloat. We all know that you just start eating similar to what you did before the holidays, you're going to drop about 10 pounds of water. Well, that's what most people carry, this inflated weight. Now, we want to do it through a 3-step process of cutting, cleaning, and flushing naturally without going on some type of crazy juice thing. And that's what this plan is. So when you go to the Facebook community, you can download this phase, and I'm going to walk you through it. Let me pull it up here for you. So when you download it, this is what you're going to see. It's beta, because once again, this is all of us doing this together, so we're working as one. You'll see the breakdown. But here, as I talked about, there's basically 3 main phases. So you're going to cut, yell cut in your room, cut. Seconds, clean, and thirds, flush. So we're cutting out the foods that bloat you. Now, this would be the one thing I shared with you in the beginning. I'm never going to ask you to eliminate something forever from your diet, ever. Because the moment you feel you can't have something, you're going to want it. What I'm going to ask you to do is kind of make a choice for this week and the next 3 weeks, for 4 weeks, give everything. We're going to clean your body out. And then what I will guarantee you is this. A lot of the food that you're craving now, you won't crave anymore. You know, my wife, Abby, we got back, as I shared, from my mom, and my mom cooks great food. And she said, you know, Mark, it's the first time I've had sugar cravings in a year, because we had a couple extra off-plan meals. And when you start eating a little off-plan, you crave. So the cleaner you start eating, the less you want it. So you're going to be cutting gluten, soy, cheese and yogurt, refined sugar. And I'm going to walk you through the plan on that. Salt. When you look at salt, that all holds on to fluid. Grains. Now, grains are great for you. Oatmeal, brown rice. But what we want to do is give your body this oil change. So you're going to be cutting this just for a week, and then we'll bring it back in. Soda, 1%. So look, if you're drinking no soda, great. If you're drinking 1 soda, cut it out. If you're drinking 10 sodas a day, well, five instead of 10 is 1%. You know, so what I'm asking you to do is let's move there and just make sure your actions meet your expectation. So once we cut these things, and the one little thing here, there's 2 things that people always question, coffee and tea. If you're addicted to coffee, your adrenal gland internally needs it for energy. You can have 1 cup of caffeinated coffee. That's fine. Second, exercise. Your body needs to rest. Exercise is fantastic. We want to turn your body into a fat burning machine. But if you never give your body a break, exercise holds inflammation. So if you haven't rested for a while, cut the intense exercise out, the weight training, cut that out for 1 week, and we're going to bring it back like a champion in the Ignite phase. But you can do slow, like 30 to 45 minutes slow walks if you want, or bike riding. Second, you're going to clean out your digestive system. We're going to take out the bloating foods and add the clean foods. So it's going to be very simple. We're going to have protein, fat, and carb, and we'll have some sample on you'll have a list you can choose from, eating in 3s. Then you're going to have your Zen Pro shake. Then you have your protein, fat, and carb. Example will be chicken breast, avocado, green beans. Once again, you eat the foods you want. Mid-afternoon will be the Zen Pro shake. And then we have a new cleanse product that's going to launch that you'll love in Vegas in March. You can use the shake product with your detox phase for now. The dinner will be your protein, fat, and carb. And then late night, if you want a 3rd shake, go for it. Now, a lot of times people ask me, they say, well, why do I want a liquid protein? Liquid protein is fantastic because your protein is the hardest thing for your body to break down. So if you're only doing a shake all day, that's not great for you. But if you're eating 5 to 6 whole protein meals, it's really hard in your digestive system. So by going whole protein, liquid protein, whole protein, liquid protein, it helps your digestive system optimally work. And third thing, we're going to flush out your toxins. Ladies drink 8 to 12 glasses per day. That's going to be, when we look at 2 to 3 liters, men anywhere from 3 to 4 liters. Drink water all the time. Your urine should be clear. So that's cut, clean, and flush. And then when we look here, additional ones, if you wanted some additional detox products for your liver, kidney, the milk thistle cleans out your liver, the cranberry extract cleans out your kidney, the dandelion root works as a great natural diuretic. So you can do these particular things, but feel free to just use the shake during the detox phase. And then the meal portions. So once again, I want you to say PFC every 3. PFC every 3. Basically, ladies, put your hand up. 1 palm is your protein serving. Men, you have 1.5 to 2 palms. Females, for your thumb, that's going to be your 1 fat. Males, 1 big thumb. And carb, ladies, 1 fist. Men, 2 fists. And then you see the unlimited foods. Now, if you look at your Ignite phase and your Thrive phase, there's a lot more variety that's going to be added. But we're educating that you're not shifting programs. We just keep adding more and more food options to each phase. So you choose the protein you like, the fat you like, the carb, and free foods you like. And then here are going to be suggested meal plans that you can download. And then in this download, there's some sample breakfast recipe, a healthy flat pancakes, which is going to be egg whites, peanut butter, banana, cinnamon, a strawberry spinach salad for lunch, and then obviously garlic salmon and asparagus. And then each day in the Facebook community, we're going to be posting a new detox recipe that you can dive into, a shake recipe and some real food recipe so you can dive in. And in March, we're going to launch an entire recipe site that will go perfect with Zen Project 8. So you getting hungry, Kasaya?
I was going to tell you, I'll have the strawberry salad, please. Delivery, that would be awesome. No, that's fantastic. I love, and that's so helpful. So really quickly, I'm going to actually share my screen for our audience, Mark, because I know there's some questions coming in about people who are saying, hey, you guys keep talking about a Facebook group. Help us understand that. So guys, listen, if you have a Facebook account, go to facebook.com. You want to go /groups and then /Zen Project 8. So it's super easy to get to. There are links on the Hangouts page. If you go to zenproject8.com, there's actually a link that goes out to the Facebook community. So this is where you want to go. Obviously, it's an open group, but you have to be accepted into it. So we'll allow you to come in there. You can post, share recipes, but under the files area, which you can see on the top right underneath the header there, that is where all the materials that Mark is talking about are being housed right now. So we've got all of the PDFs, all the information that you need is inside of that Facebook group. So we want to invite you to come into that so you can download what Mark just showed you and you actually have that file for yourself.
Love it. And just everyone know that when we look at this plan and we look at the results have already been fantastic with people living the Detox, Ignite, and Thrive. So this beta, by you making this run, your results are going to be so powerful. So that's why it's important that you dive into this community and you ask every question. You want your food to taste good. You don't want to feel like you're eating cardboard. So ask everything, be engaged in it, and really own the community.
For sure. I totally agree with you. I think I think you had said a quote that came through one of our emails just about the importance of having a community to lock arms with and people really to do this with. And so I love the fact that this is such an open community and that we are all working with one another and really there to support each other and sharing the journey. I know, you guys know me, my background is in social media marketing. So I love documenting my life. I love documenting experiences. And I think that as you guys take this journey, it is going to be so imperative for you to really write down, measure your progress, take those before and after pictures, like keep track of everything. What gets measured gets improved. So I can't express to you enough how valuable it is to really connect up with those groups, come to these coaching sessions every Monday night at 9 p.m. and really join in and go all in. Like Mark said earlier, draw that line in the sand and really be committed and go all in. So Mark, I know we have like a today only special for our audience today, and they're probably wondering, how do we get these great products and how do we connect into the group and the program? So I'm actually going to share my screen because I want to walk you guys through basically what the
today for this week. Actually, it's our beta launch week promotion that ends Sunday at 11:59 p.m.
Eastern. Yes, 11:59 Eastern. So for those of you who are watching, for new distributors, we are offering our basic Beta Zen Project 8 package. And this is enough product to take one person through the 8-week program. So what you're going to get is a bottle of the Zen Shape. You're going to get 3 boxes of Pro in vanilla. That's the protein. 3 boxes of Zen Pro in the Chocolate Dream. Both flavors are great. You're going to love it. You get a box of Zen Fit, the watermelon. That's the aminos that you're going to want to drink. And you get a shaker bottle, beautifully branded with the Zen logo, and access to the online program and booklet. This has 100 CV, and you can see the pricing on there. Distributors get a $25 first order bonus. So this is available for new distributors if you are inviting people to take this journey with you, which is a great thing for people to connect in and come on board to get all of the tools that they need to be successful. And you're absolutely going to do that with this program, with Mark's coaching, with the community that you have to really support you.
Yeah, and I think one big point to make is that the investment, there's no investment for the coaching. There's no investment for the community. This is all part of the whole program. So the program is there. So the real only investment is in the products that can support it to help you do that. Because what we know, and you'll see this in the future coaching sessions, we're all busy. So it's easy to skip meals. And I just want you to keep remembering, every time you skip a meal, your blood sugar drops, you burn muscle. And that's going to make you crave carbohydrates at next meal. So it's having the tools that set you up to win. I loved in the Facebook community, you see people posting all their prep stuff. Because the reality is, to make your health work, you got to put a little effort into it. So we want to make it easier by filling the gaps with the right products.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And I know the next question coming up from our audience is, hey, we're already a part of Jeunesse. We are already all in. We're totally going to take advantage of what we need to do in order to make us successful throughout the program. So for existing distributors, we also have a package for you guys available as well. That's 1 bottle of Shape, 3 boxes of Pro in vanilla, 3 boxes of Pro in the chocolates. You're going to get the box of Zen Fit watermelon and the shaker. Again, totally gratis coaching from world-renowned expert we have on the call tonight, Mark McDonald. I mean, what an incredible experience. That was one of the things that really blew me away too, was like, okay, this is totally gratis. The company is actually creating a movement. This isn't something that's just, you know, hey, come in and take our program. We are really launching a movement for people to revolutionize their bodies, revolutionize their business. And again, when you look good, you feel good. And what an amazing opportunity for you guys to hop in and take advantage of the program. I'm going to share my screen one more time just to throw both of those specials up with you guys. Remember, these are through Sunday night. So Mark, do you happen to know the date of Sunday night? I need to pull up my calendar so we can tell people.
Let me pull up my calendar real quick. Sunday night is... This is when we go live. It is, that is the 10th.
The 10th. So January 10th, guys, you have to take advantage of these packages. January 10th, that's Sunday. That's going to be at 11:59 Eastern time when the cutoff date is for that. So you've got a package for new distributors, and then we have a package for current Jeunesse distributors available to you. Again, connecting in the group and getting more information in there is going to be imperative. But go ahead, Mark, back to you.
Well, I just think from the point of locking arms with someone. So we know that you'll get 3 times better results by partnering with someone else. So my invitation to you, as you draw your line in the sand, find someone in your community, find a friend, find a family member that you can lock arms with and rock this journey with. You know, when we think about what you get from your health, this is why you're taking on this experience. And just seeing through all my years, millions of people, I've have the opportunity, humbly the opportunity to help touch and inspire and help. It changes because this isn't a fad. This isn't a diet. We're ending the dieting madness. It's all about teaching people how to eat the foods they love, get educated so they can make a plan work for them and their family and their friends. So lock arms with someone.
I love that. That's a great tip too. Finding a partner, finding an accountability partner, someone that can take the journey with you. Super easy to do based on the packages. And like Mark said, hey, we are busy people. We're living really busy lives. So why not incorporate something into your meal plans and really dive into the program, because everything's laid out for you. Again, you have the tools, you're going to have the support, you have everything you need to be successful. The question is, are you willing to make that decision? Did you draw your line in the sand? So you need to get really honest with yourself about if you're going to look super great in your bikini body this summer, which is just right around the corner. You know, we've got 8 weeks that we can do this program together and continue, because the whole concept of this is really, this needs to be a lifestyle. This isn't just one and done, like Mark said earlier about your mom. And I think a lot of people on the call can probably relate to that. It's like, if we're not on a strict plan, then it's like, you know, anything goes. But that's not the case. We need to be so reverent to our bodies. We need to be, you know, so all in and fully committed to being disciplined, but in a good way, and build confidence. Because what I found too is skinny doesn't necessarily mean confident. And Mark, like you said, with the tools and with the meal plans that you put together and with the supplements and the Zen body system that people are going to be taking, that you can actually reshape your body, which is incredible. And I think when people start to see their transformations, take those before pictures, and then 8 weeks down the road when we take our afters, I just think the response is going to be amazing. And we're going to be so proud of the journey that we all took together.
Totally agree. It's going to be a great time.
It's going to be a super good time. So as we kind of come to a close here, we just have a couple of like housekeeping notes. So I want to keep you guys in the loop as best as possible. Again, I know we've really told you guys this is a beta program, so we're so looking to you guys for areas we can improve in. How can we give you better information faster and really sort this program so when we do launch, we've got the best program in the market today. We want to make it super amazing and a great experience for all of you. So we want to welcome you into our Facebook community. We want to welcome you into the Jeunesse family. We certainly want to make sure that you have the information and the tools that you need. So I'd like to invite you, and I'm going to share my screen. We're always working on what's the best way to communicate with everybody. As you know, in the beginning of the show, we so apologize. I think our servers crashed. We had so much traffic coming to the Hangout.
Which is a good thing, but right? We won't have it crash in the future.
Exactly. It's a super good thing. And we love you guys. We so appreciate your patience. And we want to find better ways to communicate with you. So if you would just pull out your cell phones, it would be awesome for you to follow the directions on the screen, which are text the word Zen Project 8 to the number 96,000. So the way that this works is this is actually what's called a short code. And again, you know, your data and messaging rates apply. So this is a short code text messages that are coming to your cell phone that you are opting in for. So if you don't want them, don't opt in. But if you want to stay in the loop and you want to hear from Mark throughout the week, you want to know when the hangouts are happening, you want to know the latest, when the special promotion is going to come to an end, you definitely want to text the word Zen Project 8 to the number 96,000. We certainly want to connect with you in the best way possible. And again, every Monday night right here at Zen Project 8 at hangouts.zenproject8.com. You'll want to come, same place. That's where all the trainings and coaching sessions are going to be housed. And we want to make sure 9 p.m. on Monday nights, you guys show up right here. Again, these are open and you're getting amazing coaching from our expert, Mark McDonald, gratis. So invite everybody that you can. What an amazing experience and an amazing opportunity to really change your body, change your life. So as we come to a close, Mark, did I miss anything? I know we want to move into a Q&A. I'm trying to cover everything just to get clear.
We covered a lot tonight. I would love to end with one quick story, and then we're going to dive right into the Q&A.
Perfect.
So let me come right here. So I want everyone just to think about where we sit right now. And as you've talked about, the goals that you've set, and you draw your line in the sand. I was in California, as I shared, and we have an 8-month-old baby, almost 8 months old. And it's crazy to me how I'm going to be 60 years old when she's graduating high school. And I keep thinking, and my family kept making fun of me about, Mark, you'll be 60, Mark, you're going to be 60. And I'm 43 years old right now. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I have my 10-year-old son. And I play soccer and I play Sky Zone with him, indoor trampoline dodgeball, and I go bike riding with him. And I want to be that example. And at the end of the day, when the dust settles, it's great to have the goal to look great in a swimsuit or be ready for the beach or this or that or have a great photo shoot. But at the end of the day, it's really about being the health to inspire the ones you love. And it all starts with you. What I'm inviting each of you to do is to really take a step back and think about, what do you want to achieve over these next 8 weeks? What's the difference that you want to make? How can you owning your health and taking your body to another level, what can it provide you? And realize that this isn't an end after 8 weeks. We're just getting started. See, the transformation starts with you. And what I know is that your transformation will lead to another transformation and another transformation. We're on a mission with this beta to find the top 100 transformations, to feature you, to share with you, and inspire thousands of more people. There's no limit to who can be part of this beta. Invite your friends, invite your family, have them enjoy this, because together we are ending the dieting madness and we're changing the world. Thanks so much. It's an honor to be part of this community. I'm going to be engaged in the Facebook community. I know we're going to go to Q&A once Kasaya wraps up, but thank you. Giving you a massive hug from Atlanta, Georgia. Back to you, Kasaya.
And Mark gives the best hugs. If you have not had the opportunity to experience a Mark McDonald hug, you are missing out. So if you ever see him, just get a good hug because he gives the best. But Mark, I just love what you said. I feel so inspired. I feel so honored and privileged to be a part of this movement. I'm super excited for everybody because, we talk a lot about the wheel of life, and there are certain things that go into that wheel. Like you said, your family. Also in that is your finances, and in that is your body and your physical health. And we want to make sure that we are doing everything we possibly can to get our wheel of life in order. And so I just wish that for you guys, nothing but continued success in your businesses and your life. We certainly want to have you join us here on these coaching calls every Monday night at 9 and connecting with Mark, connecting with that Facebook group. So speaking of the group, we've got a ton of questions in there. Mark, are you ready to answer some?
I'm ready. So if you have to check out, no worries. We're recording these questions, but we did want to, so just so you know, we'll be 9 and 9:30, and then we'll do probably about 10 minutes of Q&A. All the other questions in the Facebook community. Tonight ran longer because we had to launch a lot. It was the launch of it and the introduction of the detox phase. So let's dive in, Kasaya.
Perfect. Speaking of that, before we let our audience go, I know we're going to do Q&A, but we also wanted to officially close. Can you just tell everybody what to expect next week? So we're all in this. This was week 1. You covered a lot of content on tonight's call. So what are we coming back for next week? Just give us a quick preview.
Yeah, so this week is detox, and you are losing your bloat by cutting, cleaning, and flushing. Next week, after you've given your body the much-needed oil change, it's time to ignite. 3 weeks of turning your body into a fat-burning machine. So if you want to learn how to maximize your fat burning, you must be on this webcast next week, Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Perfect. Okay, so next week is going to be a lot of fun. Again, thanks guys so much for watching. If you want to hear the live Q&A, stick around. Again, we're taking your questions, we're taking your comments, we're looking for your feedback. So if you want to be featured, leave those questions in the group and also at hangouts.zenproject8.com. So a couple of questions came in, Mark. I know that there's questions about before and after pictures. We put together this great e-blast that went out. I know there's information in the group with regards to what our best practices. I can actually pull that up on my screen and share that. But I think the big question is, when do they have to have them submitted? There's a lot of concern of like, oh, it says we have to have them today. Is that true? And essentially, let's talk about start dates. So right after we're done with the photos, because I know you need to address that, but let's talk start dates. There were people that started a week ago. There are some people that don't have their products. So in following along with this program, let's also address, after we talk about the before and afters, let's address that too for our audience.
So the reality is you could have started last week, you can start tomorrow. I know many people are starting tomorrow after this webcast. People can start 4 weeks from now, but to be considered for the top 100 transformations, you must submit your before pictures, your after pictures, and your story by March 7th. Now, once we launch the new website with Zen Project 8, you'll be able to, future people in March will be able to upload it. But because it's the beta, you don't have to upload your before pictures now. So take your before pictures, do a frontal, do a side, and do a back. Take your measurements. Make sure that you get your starting weight. Keep that. Okay, hold that. If we love it, if you post it in the Facebook group because it inspires people. Do a quick 30-second video of where you sit right now, what you're feeling, what you're nervous about. Post that in the Facebook group. But take those pictures, and then 8 weeks later, and the webcast the week before, you have to do your final weigh, and I'm going to give you some special tips on how to maximize those after pictures and your results. You'll do your after pictures, measurements, and you'll write your story, and you just have to submit everything by March 7th to be considered for the top 100 transformations.
All right, guys, so March 7th is your cutoff. So again, there's instructions inside of the Facebook group, but I have my screen shared right now, so hopefully you guys can see that on before and after photos. So go digital, using a digital camera, a cell phone, something that's high resolution, a plain background without clutter. Remember, we are looking at what is in your background. Slip into your skinnies. I love this. Swimwear or tight-fitted workout clothes. So that means I'm going to have to get on that. I'm going to do my before and after pictures right alongside you guys, and all the angles. We want to make sure there's a front, a side, and a back view, and use the same pose every time so that you can compare. So those are your tips for taking great before and after pictures. And Mark, just one more time, just to reiterate to our audience, you did say that you can essentially start the program whenever you want. So help me understand, is this an ongoing 8-week? Can someone come in on the
complete?
What's it going to look like for people who missed tonight or couldn't start tonight?
100%. You can start at any time. Basically, we wanted a beta that we announced in Orlando and that we launched tonight. So our goal here is to have thousands of transformations submitted. We're going to choose the top 100. That's why we're doing it. And we're having that. We're having thousands of people on this call tonight, on this webcast. But 4 weeks from now, you're going to have a friend come up to you and say, what are you doing? And they can start too. So they can dive in. Now, are they going to be able to be considered for the top 100? No, but it's going to be an ongoing thing. So I don't want you to feel you have to start and then you can't continue to share it. You can continue to share it. And what we're going to be doing once we launch in March is we're going to have continual featured of transformations, continual fun things that we do. And what's fun about this show is the more active you are in the Facebook community, we're going to be choosing the best success stories. And success story isn't the amount of weight you lost. I want to be clear on this. This isn't just about weight loss. This is about overall health transformation. We're going to feature the most engaged, motivated, inspiring people. And every single week, one of you are going to be featured on this show with me and Kasaya, and you're going to be able to share your story. And we're going to talk about how you achieve what's going on with you so you can inspire everyone else in the community.
Oh, super excited. I love bringing on guests too. That's one of my favorite things to do, and involving the community. And I think it's important that we hear from a lot of people. So again, guys, step up to the plate. We want to hear from you. We want to see your success stories, and we are so cheering you on every step of the way. I'm certainly going to be sharing in my journey. And I think that Scott and Meredith and some other people that you guys will know and recognize will be joining in there as well. So a couple of other questions for you, Mark, before we sign off for the evening. Let's talk about foods. I know there's a lot of questions because as much as I love the strawberry salad, salmon and asparagus, I will take that any night of the week. There's a lot of questions about what really can we have and what can't we have, and what about shallots and onions, and I'm vegan, and all of these questions that are coming up. So I know that's a lot to throw at you, but
Yeah.
briefly, like high level, what can you tell our audience?
The most restricted is going to be the detox phase. So basically you can eat what's on that document. That's it. Stick to that the first week. So for the first week, I'm going to invite you to really go for it if you can, and stick to the food. In the Ignite phase, we're going to be adding more variety. In the Thrive phase, it's unlimited variety. It's just getting educated on when you can add stuff. So stick to the plans thoroughly. Now, free foods, adding onions and garlic powder and things like and cinnamon, things that can make your food have flavor. I mean, simply take in some oatmeal, like next week in the Ignite phase, some oatmeal with some protein powder and some peanut butter. You throw a little cinnamon in it, it adds flavor to it. So you can experiment with stuff like that, and the recipes are going to help you as well. But basically, stick to the list. Free foods are fine. Add as much as you want, and this is my best feedback, Kasai, and for everybody watching. Make sure you enjoy your food. Find a way to make your food taste good. We don't want to get you to hate the foods. I don't want you to wake up and say, oh, not another egg white. We don't want that. So get creative, ask questions of the community. I guarantee you someone has an answer for you that will provide you with a better solution.
You're so funny that you said egg whites, because I always joke, I'm like, I should just write an entire website on like 125 ways you can cook egg whites, like, because that was always my thing. But it's like, you have to have a variety of foods and eat foods that you love so that you stick to the plan. So I love how you've created this program. It is just super amazing. And I know as we go through the journey and go through each phase, it's going to be successful. So I actually just got a message from our team. So I want to give a shout out to Austin and James. They sent me a text message just letting us know that Zen Project 8 actually has the ability to upload your before and after pictures. So just so there's no confusion, anytime you guys want to go, you can go to zenproject8.com to upload your before photos. So that's the official designated spot you will want to go and actually
love it.
Your information. Yes. So zenproject8.com, lots of information there. Again, the Hangouts, the group, the Facebook group, all of that information is there. So shout out to our team. Lots of behind the scenes stuff happening. It's just incredible to be a part of all of this.
Well, I just love, when you mentioned Austin and James, I want to give them massive shout outs. I mean, we've been friends and partners working together for many years. And Austin's he's like my right-hand person, and James as well. When you start looking at this stuff, they're right there. And shout out to Bonnie, great stuff she's doing in the Facebook community. So it's all of this is a team effort, and we're all doing it together. And this is what you're going to see in this beta. We're going to see text back and forth. We're posting in the Facebook community. So feel like you're on the ground level of something really special that we're all doing together and growing with.
For sure. So before we close out the call, I just pulled up my screen. Hopefully, Mark, you can see this. I've got our 8 steps back up. In closing, Can you just walk our audience through? And by the way, step 5 is when you go to zenproject8.com. If you click on the link in step 5, you can actually record your measurements and upload your picture. So zenproject8.com on step 5. But Mark, over to you.
Yeah, so these are your 8 steps. This is what you want to share with people. This is what you want to do. 2 more things before I dive into this is just recipes. There's going to be grab and go recipes, which are less than 10 minutes to make, and gourmet style, which is less than 30 minutes. We'll be posting that in the Facebook community, so be ready for that. Also, if you're a vegan Zen Pro, great shake, but it's whey-based, so vegans wouldn't do that. There is plant-based in it. So there's some recommendations that we'll post in the Facebook community that you can use if you're a vegan for a shake alternative. And then you can, as a vegan as well, there's other meal plans you can do. I'll post some of the recipes from that. But you need a protein, fat, and carbohydrate. Your 8 steps. You start your transformation, draw your line in the sand. Join the Facebook community. Download all phases and check them out. Order your product, share those packs. We have until Sunday. You can get those great offers on the Zen product packs. Take your before pictures, upload them, tune in every Monday, take the after pictures, and then submit. We're going to have a fun ride together, everyone. Be active, partner up, and thank you for everything. Kasaya, thanks for leading this, co-hosting it with me. It makes it so much more fun, and I can't wait for next week for us to have our first official guest from the community.
I love it. I'm super excited to have our special guest. I also love being a part of this. Thank you for having me. Actually, when we close the show out, we're going to head over to the group and answer some of your questions and just build that community with you guys. But Mark, I just want to thank you so much on behalf of everybody watching, on behalf of our family. Just thank you for your expertise. Thank you for being a remarkable human being. We love you. We so appreciate everything that you're bringing to our community. We're excited to take this journey and have you as a coach. So I'm so excited for this week and what next week holds. So guys, for all of you who are watching, thank you so much for tuning in with us. This is available for replay immediately following. So if you loved tonight's show, you can come back, you can share it in your Facebook groups, in your communities, tweet it out, leave us that great feedback, and join us right here at hangouts.zenproject8.com next Monday night at 9 p.m. We've got a special guest and a really great show lined up for you. So that concludes our show. Guys, thanks so much.
Lose your bloat. Detox week starts now. Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.